I think Hajime no Ippo has a problem that must be addressed. Throughout Hajime no Ippo's 1,500, yes, 1,500 chapters of serialization, there have been very few general problems in the manga that I could consider anything but negligible. Whether it was the fights that just went on for too long, or the fights that went in ways that I didn't prefer. All these statements were things that I believe Hajime no Ippo got a pass on because it was always about letting Morikawa cook. But now we are in chapter 1515, and I can only see the hypothetical Hajime no Ippo plane slowly descend. And to explain this, I will be using the most recent character that is slowly being affected as the focal point in this miniature video essay. From the beginning of the manga, Takeshi Sendo has been one of the primary antagonists at every major point in Ippo's career. The Rookie Championship title, Ippo's comeback match, and the retirement match. Sendo has been a core character at every moment. But now I look at Sendo's position in the story, and I can't help but feel like we're approaching the point where his boxing career is being used primarily to move the plot forward instead of actually completing his character arc. And this isn't exclusive to Sendo, but I think context is heavily required when we are talking about the characters that this has happened to. Characters like Wally, Eiji Dante, and Sawamura. These are characters who, regardless of how you feel about them, have effectively reached the end of their major characterization. So when they were written off, it felt like a very well-deserved send-off. But now, we look at characters like Mashiba, like Kimura, like Sendo, who are characters that are in this form of limbo, where we don't know if they're going to be written for their completion of their character arcs or be kept in the story for plot bumps or plot buffers, because our main character Ippo is still not the emphasis of the plot. To focus this point a bit more, I want to highlight the Sendo fight. Coming into this fight, we were already unsure about how Sendo was going to perform because of small pieces of context that Morikawa was littering through the manga, like his training session with Ippo and Miyata, Dante's pre-game analysis of him, and other quotes from fighters about this exact matchup. But as the chapters progressed, it didn't really convey the noticeable improvement Sendo should have gone through before and during the match, but rather it felt like an exhibition to show Ricardo's abilities. In comparison, when watching and reading a fight like Ricardo vs Wally, we were able to see the noticeable improvements from Wally, the almost Takamura-esque aura of Ricardo, and still have a great fight artistically. Throughout a majority of this fight though, it felt like I wasn't reading a Takeshi Sendo fight. We weren't seeing the untamable perseverance or the constant but controlled aggression that Sendo had made a career of. And honestly, I don't think we are going to see this or any noticeable improvements from Sendo, which is crazy to say as this is a title match. To emphasize, I'm not saying that Hajime no Ippo has become a series that has gone down the gutter and that it's unreadable and everybody should return their one-of-one signed Morikawa copies. This fight by itself was one of the best illustrated and articulated in the series. Every moment of build-up did at that time feel intentional and methodical, and the threat levels of Ricardo has been nothing less than exceptional. But what I am saying is that we are at a point in the serialization of Hajime no Ippo where it has felt like it has stagnated and is choking upon all of the unfinished plot lines that Morikawa left not addressed, and it's always going to be the first problem when identifying what we can do as a solution. But as always, this is just me. I know I have a warped perspective since I have been reading the manga for so long. So tell me your thoughts. Do you think there is a problem, or do we put our faith in Morikawa once again and his ability to cook? Put it in the comments below. But until we meet next time,